Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself and my partners. My name is Farida Yanti Setiawan. My partners are Baik Norma Suhesti, Yuni Mahendra, and Lisa Rahmadani Putri. We, will, we would like to present about government and market. Now, let's see the slide. The first slide is about introduction. Government and markets are inextricably linked. Government sets the legal and institutional frameworks within which markets operate. It raises taxes based on the activities of businesses and consumers in markets. It has an interest in market outcomes and the way these are distributed between different groups and firms in society. Sometimes, government wants to encourage the market to deliver particular products and services for wider social benefit. At other times, it wants to discourage market products because of their wider negative effects. These links and tensions are an intrinsic part of a modern market economy. Government and market. Government adalah pemerintah and market adalah pasar. Pemerintah dan pasar tidak dapat dipisahkan. Pemerintah menetapkan hukum dan kerangka kelembagaan di mana pasar beroperasi. Ini menaikkan pajak berdasarkan aktivitas bisnis dan konsumen di pasar. Memiliki ketertarikan pada hasil dasar dan caranya ini didistribusikan di antara kelompok dan dalam masyarakat. Terkadang pemerintah ingin mendorong pasar untuk menyampaikan produk dan layanan tertentu untuk sosial yang lebih luas manfaatnya. Tautan dan ketegangan ini adalah bagian intrinsik dari ekonomi pasar modern dan konteks. Recent developments in financial markets and the economic downturn have cast a new light on government's role in markets. Public trust in the ability of markets to deliver efficiency and stability has been challenged. Governments across the world have recently intervened in markets more heavily than in many previous years. In the UK, government has sought to help minimize the impact of the financial crisis and economic downturn on both consumer and firms, and to help the economic recovery and secure future economic growth. Intervention has come in the form of extra spending on large capital infrastructure projects, such as cross-rail and broadband cables, as well as investment in innovation and education. Government has also intervened to help the economy respond to longer-term challenges such as energy and climate change through, for example, providing subsidies for renewable energy production. Alright, the next slide is about government's role in setting frameworks and influencing outcomes. Why does government intervene in markets? Even with a market framework, markets can fail or may not deliver the right outcome. To make markets work more effectively, the first step is setting the market framework, the second, protecting competition in market, the third, ensuring that consumers are able to exercise choice and are not coerced or defrauded. And to influence market outcomes, the first, addressing externalities, for example, pollution and congestion. The second, using markets to deliver public services and adjusting the outcome for different groups. Government interventions to influence outcomes can have an impact on market effectiveness. Slide ini menjelaskan mengapa pemerintah mengintervensi pasar. Mengintervensi di sini maksudnya campur tangan pemerintah dalam pasar. Mengapa sih? Itu untuk membuat pasar bekerja lebih efektif, menetapkan kerangka pasar, melindungi persaingan di pasar, memastikan bahwa konsumen mampu pilihan latihan dan tidak dipaksa atau ditipu. Untuk mempengaruhi hasil pasar, mengatasi eksternalitas seperti polusi, kemacetan, adanya kecelakaan, kemudian menggunakan pasar untuk memberikan layanan publik, menyesuaikan hasil untuk yang berbeda kelompok. Campur tangan pemerintah ini untuk mempengaruhi hasil dapat berdampak pada efektivitas pasar. I think that's all my presentations. Thank you so much for your attention. And I over to Yuni Mahendra. Yuni Mahendra, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Yuni Mahendra. I will continue explain about ways in which government participate in market and regulation. Okay, there are two categories: ways in which government participate in market? Number one, direct government participation in market. And then number two, indirect government participation in market. Direct government participation in markets divide into two, namely acting direct and acting as a buyer. Acting direct through direct provision of goods and service to the public, and as collector and holder of public sector information, and then acting as a buyer through competitive trading. Okay, the next, indirect government participation in market divided into namely, number one, taxer in substance and regulation in influence. Taxer in substance through changing the counts of goods in service, and then regulation and influence through set to a three requirement information campaigns. Okay, the next explain about regulation. Some degree of regulation is essential for modern markets to function. Buyers and sellers need to have confidence that the contract they seek will be upheld and the property right and clearly. Regulation can have beneficial effects for society and is often provides important protection. For instance, regulation that protect the health and safety of workers. And regulation also has a potentially important role in protecting consumers, for example, through licensing of approved suppliers. Okay, thank you for attention. The next slide I over to Baik Norma Suhesti. Time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Baik Norma Suhesti, and now I would like to explain the next slide about key point for policy makers. Poin utama bagi pembuat kebijakan. One of the biggest challenges for policy makers is to identify and understand the consequences of regulation. Salah satu tantangan terbesar bagi pembuat kebijakan yaitu mengidentifikasi konsekuensi regulasi yang tidak diinginkan. From a competition perspective, the aim should be to impose the minimum regulation required to achieve any policy aim. Dari perspektif persaingan, tujuan seharusnya itu untuk memperlakukan peraturan minimum yang diberlakukan untuk mencapai tujuan kebijakan apapun. Regulation almost invariably creates some distortion of competition which can be detrimental to consumer. Nah, regulasi ini hampir selalu menciptakan distorsi persaingan yang mana bisa mengakibatkan konsumen merugi. Jadi, sebagai pembuat kebijakan, kita tuh harus yang namanya have a clear efficiency rationale for intervention. Kenapa kita harus memiliki alasan yang jelas? Jika tidak ada alasan yang jelas untuk intervensi, akan ada resiko bahwa setiap penilaian dampak yang dilakukan sebagai bagian dari kasus ekonomi akan mengidentifikasi dampak tambahan bersih yang terbatas. Yang kedua, where intervention is warranted, minimize the distortion of competition subject to achieving the goal. Nah, intervensi yang dibenarkan atas dasar pemanfaatan peluang atau sudah diperiksa dengan cermat untuk memastikan bahwa sektor tersebut tidak akan mengambil peluang itu sendiri. Jika itu terjadi, maka salah satunya akan mengalami crowding out atau perpindahan sektor swasta dan mengakibatkan inefisiensi ekonomi. The next slide. Subsidies and taxation. Subsidi dan perpajakan. Taxes are primarily a source of revenue for government to fund its activities and services. Seperti yang kita ketahui, pajak itu merupakan sumber pendapatan pemerintah yang digunakan untuk mendanai kegiatan ataupun jasanya. Common types of subsidy include direct grants, tax exemption, capital injection, equity participation, soft loans, and guarantees. Jenis subsidi yang umum termasuk itu hibah langsung, pembebasan pajak, suntikan modal, ekuitas partisipasi, pinjaman lunak, dan jaminan. Taxes and subsidies can be used to influence the incentive and behavior of private firms. Pajak dan subsidi ini bisa digunakan untuk mempengaruhi insentif dan perilaku perusahaan swasta. Kenapa? Karena yang pertama, bisa untuk mengatasi kegagalan pasar. Umumnya itu seperti subsidi pendidikan, rendah karbon dan barang ramah lingkungan, ataupun pajak kolusi. Yang kedua, untuk mengatasi kesulitan siklus. Subsidi ini mungkin digunakan untuk mendukung sementara perusahaan yang sedang dalam kesulitan keuangan, khususnya ketika mereka mengalami keruntuhan ataupun cakupan yang cukup luas konsekuensinya, ataupun ketika mereka pada umumnya itu layak secara finansial tetapi untuk sementara ini tidak bisa mengakses keuangan. Yang ketiga, untuk mencapai tujuan sosial yang lebih luas. Pemerintah dapat memilih karena alasan pemerataan untuk mensubsidi daerah-daerah tertinggal. Nah, demikian pula pajak inilah bisa digunakan untuk mendistribusikan kembali pendapatan antar kelompok. That's all from my presentation. For the next slide, I over to Lisa Ramadhani Putri. Time is yours.
Okay guys, I'm Lisa Rahmanen Putri and continue explain about government as an influencer. 1. Influencing consumer. Government may intervene in market to change consumer behavior where such behavior has expert effect on society of because of fear adverse consequence for the individual consumer over the long term. An example of such behavior is excessive alcohol consumption, which has been linked with antisocial behavior and health risks and imposes significant cost to the police and the healthcare system. 2. Influencing businesses. In relation to business behavior, there might be cases where encouraging self-regulation by firms in an industry is seen as an alternative to direct regulation. For example, businesses can agree or curtail quality standard by signing up to a code. This might produce important benefit for consumers. I'm moving to the next slide. Government as a market maker. 1. Public service delivery. Public monopolies providing public services face the same incentive problem as private one. Is the lack of competition mean that the pressure to increase efficiency or quality is low? Competition can be entered tough competition for the market where suppliers compete to a contract to deliver a goods or service and the government fetch the one that provides the best value for money. Competition for the market is more suitable when there is a natural monopoly and or consumers are unlikely to be effective in encouraging choice. 2. Tradable permit. Tradable permits introduce a market element into the regulation of private print activities. This type of additional intervention is a response to the fact that there might be very different costs for different firms XYZ with meeting the requirement of regulation. I think that's all. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.